Hello everybody, this is Magnetar Prime with another Transformers video review. And this time I have the Transformers Dark of the Moon Sentinel Prime. Let's take a quick look at the box. And as you can see, this box has a clear window and it allows you to try one of his features. We're just gonna do it real quick. And his eyes gonna light up and he's gonna say, "I am Sentinel Prime," which is a very nice feature. On one side of the box we have the MechTech weapon systems, and it's a brief explanation of it. Also the technical data for Sentinel Prime. On the back side of the box there's also a picture of this figure in his vehicle mode, which is a Rosenbauer Panther 6x6 fire truck mode. And we can also see the logo of the Rosenbauer here. Now let's turn him around, and right here we get his BIOS. And let's look at the front of the box again. Now there were only 4 Sentinel Prime figures released, all of them back in 2011. We have the Cyberverse versions, Sentinel Prime and Dark Sentinel Prime, which is a repaint and has a lighter color but has some evil looking red eyes. We also have the Voyager class Sentinel Prime figure, and this one in front of you is the Leader class Sentinel Prime. Now let's get this figure out of the package. And here he is in his robot mode. Sentinel Prime is a very patriotic individual. Believing that all Cybertronians are gods, he is a member of the Dynasty of Primes. He was Optimus Prime's mentor, who taught him everything he knew. Sentinel Prime is a Leader class figure from the Dark of the Moon line. Released in 2011, MechTech Leader class Sentinel Prime transformed into a Rosenbauer Panther 6x6 airport freight truck. In the movie, this character was voiced by Leonard Nimoy. Sentinel Prime is briefly mentioned by Sam in the second film of the series Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen. This is when Sam is under an Allspark fragment-induced trance. Sentinel Prime finally appears in the third film, Transformers: Dark of the Moon. The film's main visual effect company, Industrial Light and Magic, based most of Sentinel Prime's features on actor Sean Connery, and after Leonard Nimoy was cast to voice the role, the effects were altered to incorporate Nimoy's acting as well. When the bottom on Sentinel Prime's chest is pushed, his eyes light up and his chin moves, and he says, "I am Sentinel Prime." Let me show you that feature real quick. You see, let me bring. I don't know if you catch that or not, but. And yeah, that's a very nice feature. Now let me set him aside. Two more phrases. "Good to see you alive, Optimus," and "What has happened to the old spark?" are here when a weapon is inserted into the MechTech port and the chest bottom is pushed. Unfortunately, the Canadian version only says Sentinel Prime. To activate the siren, lights and sounds, we need to press the gray button back and to the left of Sentinel Prime's head. Let me show you that real quick. That button is right over here, right behind his head, and we're gonna push it and it makes that sound, which is pretty cool. And also you get the lights over here. It's a very nice feature. Now let's set him aside. In his robot mode, he has 4 more MechTech ports, 1 on each shoulder and 1 on either forearm. And on a side note, you can also attach weapons on the screw hole under his wrist. The Primax blade and shield can both be held in the respective handles. The shield can also be plugged into the MechTech port in Sentinel's forearm. The red detailing on the shield, as seen in the box, is not present on the final product. Also, the head sculpt for this figure is more human-like than any other of the other robots in the movies. Let me show you the MechTech ports that I'm referring to. As you can see, there is 2 right over here, 1 on each side. He also have, well, he's got the shield already pegged into one of them. He's got one right here, and as you can see, he's got the other one right over here. And like I mentioned before, if you really want to, on the screw holes right here, you can actually attach weapons because the hole is actually the same size. Now his hands, let me show you real quick. They're articulated. They will close and open, which is a very nice feature. And this allows this figure to grab onto his weapons and hold them tightly, which is a very nice feature, as you can see. Now the head sculpt detail is really fantastic. I really like it. To me it resembles a little bit of Alpha Trion. Now this figure has a lot of panels and a lot of sections, which makes it a little bit more impressive than the other ones. You can see some of the details. The paint job application is really good. I really like it. On the chest, we have the feature for the lights and sounds, as I mentioned before, and also we can push down this button for the sirens and lights, which is very nice. Now, like I was saying before, the shield was supposed to have a red paint application on it or some details on it, but that never happened on the final product. Let me unpeg the shield out of his forearm and show you this a little bit closer. Another thing that I want to show you about the shield is that it becomes a bladed blaster. All you have to do is push this button right here on the cyberglyphics and it will deploy his shield. And as you can see, the gun is right here, and this can be mounted on his vehicle mode, and this is for his stealth mode vehicle, which I will show you later. Also on his sword right here, there's two holes in here, and you can tap it right on top of this, just like so. And this can be attached on his vehicle mode as well. Before I get him transformed into his vehicle mode, I want to show you something that I didn't get to show you earlier. And there is one of the mech tech ports right here. This one has a bottom in there, and if you attach or if you mount a weapon, a mech tech weapon, it will make a noise. I don't have a mech tech weapon to mount it, but I'm gonna use this one right here, and this one is from Ultra Magnus. And let me show you real quick. And it will activate that noise, and when you remove it, it makes that noise. Also, once you get this one inside and you press the chest button right here, it will talk the other two different lines that he has. And which is very nice. Now if you press the button in the back, it doesn't make the sound like a siren anymore. It does still have the lights, but now it makes a noise like the firearm. Which is a very nice gimmick. So this guy is full of surprises. Now I'm also gonna remove his Primax blade so I can show you the articulation better. And let's set this aside. Now let's start off with the head articulation. The head unfortunately don't rotate 360 degrees. It won't move up or down. These, what seems to be his eyebrows or I don't know, maybe part of his helmet, are made out of soft rubber, which is alright. Let's see, his arm will rotate 360 degrees without any issue. It will move to the sides. His elbow is on a ratchet. His hand, like I have previously mentioned, is articulated. It can rotate around 360 degrees. And I know there's an upgrade kit, and you can get like silver hands or the hands made out of a different material but plastic. Now he doesn't have any waist articulation. His legs are on a ratchet. As you can see, they will move back and forth to the sides. They're also on a swivel, rotate 360 degrees. His knees are also on a ratchet. He does have a feet articulation, which is very nice, which allows you to pose him in different ways. Now, let's set him aside real quick. And here I have Sentinel Prime standing next to Platinum Edition Ultra Magnus. And these two figures look just awesome next to each other. And here I have Sentinel Prime right next to Optimus Prime. And here is Bumblebee right next to him. So now I hope that you have a better idea on the size of this figure. Now let's get this guy transformed. The transformation process can be a little bit complicated. The first thing I did is I removed both of his weapons. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this figure around. I'm gonna grab this section right here and I'm gonna rotate it up. And these two panels right here, I'm gonna peg them together just like that, and I'm gonna fold this all the way up. Now the next thing you have to do is you're gonna grab his shoulder and his arm. You're gonna move it all the way up, and we're gonna rotate this to the front just like so, and we're gonna detach the arm right here, and we're gonna fold it in right under this section right here, and it's gonna tap right in there. Okay, we know that. And we're gonna rotate this section right here. There he goes. And I'm gonna do the same thing on his other arm. So I'm gonna take this off. I'm gonna rotate it on front. And I'm gonna fold this back in, and I'm gonna tab it in and rotate this panel, and I'm gonna tab it in right here, same on the other one, just like so. Now next thing is we're gonna work on his chest. I'm gonna grab this section right here and I'm gonna move it to the side, just like so. This one right here too. Now this panel right here, we're gonna open it up, and the mirror section, you can just push it to the side and it will get in place right here. We'll do the same thing on the other panel. We're gonna move this up and we're gonna push out the mirror section, which is made out of soft rubber. Then we're gonna leave this section open just like so, and this part right here we're gonna move it to the front, and as you can see there's two tabs in here and two holes, and this is pretty much what keeps this section up. So once we detach this section, we will be able to move this part out. But before this back panel right here, I'm gonna move it apart and to the sides just like so. I'm gonna fix his wheels. Now let me see. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fold this all the way up and move this down, and I'm gonna grab the head of the figure. I'm gonna push it in all the way, and this the windshield, I'm just gonna move it up, and right here, and this other section, I'm gonna peg it right there. Well, let's leave it like that for now. And as you can see, these two sections right here is gonna peg right in here, and that's gonna help me to get put it better in place. Now the door sides, oh wait, this section right here, I'm gonna push it up. And the same over here, I'm gonna fix his tire. And the door sides is, I'm gonna push it in, just like so. And make sure that it taps in. Okay, wait, before I do that, I'm gonna remove this panel again, and I'm gonna push this in. Just like that. And the same over here again, because it just came off. So this is why I was saying that to transform this figure is a little bit complicated, at least the first few times. Okay. Yeah, I think I finally got this section right. Now the backside panel, I'm gonna attach it back in again. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work on his legs, which is a bit complicated too. I'm gonna open up this, I'm gonna rotate this section around, and I'm gonna fix the back tire. I'm gonna move it out here, just like so. And I'm gonna rotate this section around one more time. And this part is a little bit tricky. I'm just gonna open up this section, and this arm is gonna have to get inside there. I'll show you real quick, just like so. And now I'm gonna fix this panel right here. And that was a little bit complicated, and now I'm gonna work on the back panel right here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fold this section just like so, and this one right here too, which is the heel of the robot, and I'm gonna put it right in here, just like so. As you can see, the vehicle start taking shape. Now I'm gonna do the same thing on his other leg, and I'm gonna put this in place right here, and now I have to work with the back panels. So I'm just gonna fold it down just like so. And this is the thing with this vehicle, is that the back panels, like, they won't stay in place, and sometimes that's very frustrating. Yeah, I'm gonna touch the back panels first. I'll go the back one, and the side panel. And the other one. Now all I have to do is get the roof in place. Just push it in. There, here is in his vehicle mode. And here I have Sentinel Prime in his Rosenbauer Panther 6x6 airport fire truck mode. In his vehicle mode, he features a rotating, extending firefighting boom arm, which is this one right here. Let me show you closer. It can be extended and it can be rotated 360 degrees, which is a very nice gimmick. And then we have the fire nozzle right here, They're made out of soft rubber, which is a very nice gimmick. It also features a small flip-out nozzle on the front fender and siren lights and sound. Let me show you real quick the front nozzle. And it's gonna be this one right over here. And you can flip it down. And it's also made out of soft rubber. So are the mirrors, which is a very nice detail. Now the sirens, lights and sounds are activated with this gray button right here. Let me show you real quick. And I really like this gimmick. Also, there are two Magnetar ports in this mode. The one on the right hand side of the vehicle has a button inside that, when pushed in by plugging in a Magnetar weapon, activates a weapon deploying sound effect. Let me show you that real quick. And I don't have any Magnetar weapons, but I'm gonna use another weapon that I have right here. And this one is from Platinum Edition Ultra Magnus. So let me show you real quick. As you can see, there's two Magnetar ports right here, but only one of them has a bottom in there. I don't know if you can see or not. So let's plug it in. There it goes. Let's remove it. Now let's do it one more time. But this time I'm gonna press this button and it's gonna sound like a fire gun. This is a very nice feature, you know. Now I'm gonna remove this weapon. Let me bring this vehicle closer to the camera. So the details in this vehicle are really nice. I really like the paint job. We have red, silver and black. The wheels are made out of plastic. They all rotate perfectly. This on the front side, we can see the entire cabin. There's a plastic, the plastic here is clear, which is very nice. We see the headlights, which is a very nice detail. And like I was mentioning before, the mirrors or the side mirrors are made out of soft rubber. Now we have the sirens and light and sounds right here, which can be activated with this button right over here. On the other side we have the fire rescue 316 and the Autobot logo. This is the backside view. And it does have some paint job in the back, which is very nice. Now this mounted arm is a very nice feature. You can extend it, and I really like this feature. It's very cool. And this is Sentinel Prime stealth mode. As you can see, I attached the Primax blade into the blade blaster or the shield, and I peg it right on top of the vehicle. The next thing I did is I opened up these side panels, and once you open up this side panel right here, there's like a little missile launcher, which it stores right here. As you can see, it's a very nice feature. So this is his stealth mode. And for a quick size comparison, here I have Sentinel Prime next to Rebuild the Shield Bumblebee. And for a final size comparison, here I have Sentinel Prime next to Nemesis Prime and the BTS add-on trailer. So in conclusion, I really like this figure. Its robot mode articulation is very good. This figure has a lot of details in his robot mode, a lot of panels. The transformation process is a little bit complex, but you can get used to it after you transform this figure a few times. The paint job application is good, and I definitely like all of the gimmicks. I like all of the lights and sound that this figure has. And with this, I conclude this Transformers video review of Sentinel Prime. And if you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, or you can also visit my Facebook page, Magnetar Prime Reviews. This is Magnetar Prime. Until next time.